Oh, hi. Welcome to Film Riot. We're going to do questions. I'm wearing a different shirt than I'm about to be wearing in a few seconds because I reshot this opening because we didn't shoot an opening. But now that I'm thinking about it, I really have nothing to tell you. So we could have just cut the questions and there was no reason for me to do this. But now that I spent time to record it, we're going to use it. So, hey, Happy New Year. Be safe. Questions. What software do you use to color grade, bro? I do most of my grading inside of Premiere. I'm not a colorist, so I don't love spending a ton of time inside of something like DaVinci, although that is fantastic software for grading, and I have used it when I really needed to dive into something. But now with the plugins that you have and the LUTs that we have to start out with, you can jump in with that stuff like Lumetri or Colorista or even Magic Bullet Looks using a LUT and do a lot. It didn't used to be that way. You used to have to really send it out. I remember a time where people were using After Effects to grade because they didn't have DaVinci and Premiere didn't have all the tools needed, so they really wanted to be able to dive in with masking and such. But now you could do all of that inside of Premiere. It's really impressive what you can accomplish in Premiere with the grading now. So I rarely come outside of that unless it's a bigger project where we really need to dive in and massage that image, you know what I mean? What did you do right after graduating film school? How long did it take until you were able to get a job related to filmmaking? Right outside of film school, I just went and got whatever job I could so I could raise as much money as quickly as possible to start buying gear so I could build a reel and experience so I could get a decent job. It took about 3 years, and then I got a job with Alienware running their video studio. Still wasn't filmmaking, but at least it was within that world so I could start learning more on a daily basis, and then everything sort of kicked off from there. Hey there, are you ever going to make other videos on your Pimp Your Productions channel, or are you planning to make videos similar to this channel? That's not really our channel, that's Kessler's channel. We did that in collaboration with them where we would show off their products but also show off the techniques that you would use while using their products. It was a lot of fun, but I don't really see reviving that channel. Best gear to bring when shooting outdoors. We actually did a quick tips episode about shooting outside. I'll put a link below, but I think the number one thing is just like a bounce board reflector sort of situation and some diffusion. That's going to take you pretty much the entire way there if you're on a low budget and low crew, but definitely check out the episode, link in the notes. At what point in your film journey with Film Riot trying films was the most straining, challenging for you, and why? I feel like every year is a little more challenging than the last year. It just seems like it just increases over time. The stress and the workload just, it doesn't die down. It just keeps growing. But you know, your tolerance and your ability to handle it grows along with it. So right now is would probably be the time frame. It's usually when we're doing stuff like when we're in the middle of Ballistic while also handling the store and Film Riot, doing all of these things all at once with a giant project happening. That's usually very stressful. There's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes right now that I'm working on, which is sort of the same situation right now. So if you're moving ahead in your career, I mean, you guys know every new thing that you do to try to push your career forward is pretty terrifying. You're learning a new thing, you're trying a new thing, you're putting yourself out of your comfort zone, and that is extremely stressful. And then you wrap that with all the other stuff you have to do, and it's tough. So it's like, it's always, so now, all the time, is what I'm saying. There's nothing more discouraging than having a pile of overdue paperwork just sitting there staring at you while you try to work or do anything you enjoy at all. Well, our friends at FreshBooks have cloud accounting software that will give you more time to do the work that you love and not feel discouraged by the paperwork demon. FreshBooks has been redesigned from the ground up and custom built for the way that you like to work. It's the easiest way to be more productive, organized, and most importantly, get paid quickly. The all-new FreshBooks is not only ridiculously easy to use, it's also packed full of powerful features. You can create and send professional-looking invoices in less than 30 seconds, set up online payments with just a couple of clicks, and get paid up to 4 days faster. You can see when your client has seen your invoice and put an end to the guessing games. And right now, FreshBooks is giving you a 30-day unrestricted free trial when you go to freshbooks.com/Film Riot and enter Film Riot in the How Did You Hear About Us section.
Logo.
So that's it for today, which means it's time for my suggestion of the week, and that is Plot Devices, all of the stuff that they make. And full disclosure, it's owned by Seth Worley, who is a very close friend of mine, but I do love all the stuff that they've been putting out, like the Story Clock Notebook, the Storyboard Notebook, and the Story Clock Workbook. All of them are really useful, and especially when you're first starting out and trying to learn, they almost give you a roadmap to get started and sort of help you find your way through breaking your story or enhancing your ideas. So definitely check that out. Link in the notes below. And until next time, don't forget to write, shoot, edit, repeat.